Let me talk to y'all real quick. I grew up in shelters. You feel me? Real shelters. I done lived in a couple of shelters. I done lived on the most hoodest blocks. You feel me? Deep in North Philly. You dig? I went to them schools. I grew up where I used to think, I would never have a talent, a job. I would never see the light. I would end up in jail or in prison. That's my mentality when I was younger. I'm dead ass. I had no hope. I don't know how I had no hope. I didn't even think I was good enough to get a girlfriend when I was younger, yet alone a damn job or know how to function in society when dealing with the type of poverty that I dealt with in my younger days. I done had birthdays where I ain't have nothing. Christmases where I ain't get nothing. You feel me? I done had times where it was just, I hardly had shit to eat. It was oodles and noodles days over here, you dig? Those syrup sandwiches and all types. Well, I done lived those days that Meek Mills be rapping about. All of them. I had no hope. So when I got my first job, nigga, I was gonna be that job. I was gonna work hard. And I did. I worked hard as hell. Now, I would talk about my work history and nothing like that, but y'all don't give a damn about me like that. It ain't that deep. But let me just explain something. When I got my first job, I ain't care what I did. I did it. You dig? I was like, I get taxes back at the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to do this, do that. I get paid weekly. There wasn't much. But I worked the hell out of that job until I said, yo, let me elevate here. Can I get another position that's like better than this one? And I did. And I started doing that. And then I said, is there any other things I could get? And then I started doing that. Max out all my raises. But especially when I started getting to the food industry. And what made sense about working in the food industry is, in the food industry, everywhere in the world, people eat food. So you will always have a job. Always think of that. Food is always in demand. My work ethic comes from my poverty, struggles, things I've been through. A lot of people these days lack work ethic. When I finally seen that if I now am able to make money for myself, it was a wrap for society. I ain't even give a damn about school no more either. I said shit, nigga. If I get 2 jobs, that the school shit. That was during the time where I had a baby that I was taking care of for a year. And it wasn't even mine, I found out back in the day. I was like 17 or whatever, my high school year. I had to go to summer school because of that chicken head. Matter of fact, I want my money back. Anyway. Yeah, yo. Work ethic is important. Work ethic is very, very important. A lot of people don't got work ethic. They ain't been through no struggle, been through no hard times. Go through the stuff that these rappers be rapping about. I mean, that struggle is real. But having no hope when you younger is such a crippling anomaly. Like, I don't know for real if people understand what poverty do to people. Let me tell you what it's like growing up in the shelter and why I grind so hard. Cause I swear, I'm like, nah, bro, I can't go back. You dig what I'm saying? I'm like, if I gotta work my way out of this, I'm gonna work my way out of whatever. But I can't go back. That shit like jail. You literally living in a cubicle. You know what I'm saying? You in a cubicle. People be stealing your stuff. You around a bunch of cussing people, just angry at life with drug problems and other problems, and you just trying to survive, bro. Like being in a shelter before, a couple of them. Like the Wharton Center in North Philly, I think it was in North. I used to fight going to school, shoestring his belts, broke as hell, like the whole 9, bro. And it's like a lot of people ain't go through that. So they don't know what it's like to live in a shelter around a bunch of strangers. That's where people work ethic be coming from, what they lacked in life. I never had this. Then when you get the opportunity to be able to have control over yourself and get to it, oh, it makes you work 3 times hard. A lot of people never slept on those nasty beds and put they damn like you living in a damn gym, putting your clothes in the damn cubicle and just craziness, bro. Like a lot of people ain't had to go through that, watching people get their ass whipped with extension cords and, you know, with the bitch your next mentality, if you snitch or whatever. Like a lot of people ain't go through the like weird stuff happening to them. All kinds of mess. Growing up in them shelters. Now I'm not trying to say I was living there for years and years, but there was times where I was there for months and months, where I got used to it. It was a lifestyle. We used to stack up the bread crates in the back of the shelter and make mazes out of them. And we used to like crawl through the bread crates because we were small, you know. We used to crawl through the bread crates and stuff and just, I mean, that was our fun. They used to play catch a girl, freak a girl and all that, but I was ugly. I wasn't catching shit, you know what I'm saying? Thank God for that. But yeah, yo, it was just a mess, bro. And you grow up psychologically so messed up that when you first get your first job, or you able to have control over making money yourself, you become addicted. Don't never lose that addiction, yo. Don't never lose that drive. Remember where you come from. You never know what drives people, literally. A lot of people be like, man, you work hard, or you got a lot of work ethic, or you always working. It's because I know what it's like to put my clothes in a cubicle and have to talk to strangers every day. I know what it's like to compromise respect and all types of stuff and not have clothes. That's why I hardly wear name brand stuff now, because I never had good clothes. Ever, nigga. No, I never had good clothes. People be like, yo, man, you even had hand-me-downs? I didn't even have hand-me-downs, dog. Like, we were broke. That psychologically have something that, I mean, I remember that. So when I grew up, I never gave a damn about clothes, because I was like, I was still able to get a girlfriend when I was broke. I was still able to do this when I was broke. Still able to do that when I was broke. So why try now? I do not got to try as hard as y'all claiming. I don't got to do this, that, and that's how I grew up. And then I was in dating chicks and shit, and they was like, dog, you be chilling. I mean, you dress nice or whatever, but you don't really be into the fashion or this or the sports or that. I was like, yo, first of all, I'm good at basketball. Don't try to play me. I mean, well, shooting anyway. I hated like doing anything else. Shooting was my shit. I was the shooter of the shoot. But yeah, I ain't really like, I mean, I wasn't really competitive, because in Philly you could die all that competitive shit. I knew that from the jump. I was like, no, I ain't getting all competitive with y'all niggas, because I already know it's gonna go down. But anyway, my family was though. I mean, but anyway, it is what it is. I just grew up real nigga, you better work or you gonna end up homelessy. And you know what homeless is like. From the instances I lived in shelters, I had to for the time being until things got on the, you know what I mean, my mama got on the feet or whatever. Shout out to my mama. I got stories for days when it comes to my personal life, but keep that to myself, because that's my personal life. That's the internet. But anyway, work ethic, man. Don't forget where you come from. I ain't even gonna elaborate too much, because who the fuck cares? You know what I mean? Like you don't even know who I am. You don't give a damn. Probably just a random guy video you ran into. I'm outie like a belly button. Subscribe if you want. I don't give a fuck no more about this stuff. It's hobby turn hustle. This channel is about Lyft and Uber and DoorDash and how to do it, with how much money you can make, and blah 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 blah.